Do you blame yourself for developing diabetes? Do you blame yourself for developing diabetes? So many people carry guilt and shame about the diagnosis of diabetes, but the truth is, it's not your fault. There are so many factors at play. When you get a diagnosis of diabetes, you have to look at genetics. You've got to look at trauma that may have happened in your life. You may have to look at the environment that you live in, or stress, among other things. Okay, so blaming only blocks the healing process. Okay, so blaming only blocks the healing process. So blaming yourself is not a good thing. Okay, because diabetes is diabetes, pre-diabetes, borderline diabetes, any of that is one of the diseases that has what's called a stigma attached to it. Okay, and you can look that up. You can Google it. Stigma, I'm going to spell it for you. It's STIGMA, stigma. So you can Google it and it'll tell you what a stigma is, okay? But I'm going to tell you a little bit about what it is because I experienced it. I experienced it myself, and I'm sure you probably experienced it too. So a stigma is where people have negative attitudes, they have judgments, they discriminate, they have prejudice against individuals because they have diabetes. They blame the person themselves for having diabetes. And this stigma that's associated with diabetes and prediabetes and borderline diabetes, this stigma can affect people's physical and mental health. You know, so when people are blaming you and judging you, it can cause depression. It can cause issues. It can cause all kind of problems. And it can also affect your self-care. Okay? It can also affect how well you take care of yourself because you're depressed. All this blaming, you blaming yourself, other people blaming you, and you can get in a deep depression. Okay? Because of that. But I want to encourage you today, for those people who are having this stigma taking place, if you got stigma taking place in your life, or if you're blaming yourself for having diabetes, I want to encourage you because I want you to know that forgiveness of yourself and forgiveness of others is part of the healing process. And it starts with self. It starts with self-compassion, okay? That's where it starts, all right? I know it's not easy, having other people say it's your fault. I know it's not easy, okay? So if you're ready to start overcoming that blame and shame that you've been going through, if you're ready to start turning all that around, I want you to comment in the comments below, healing starts here. Now that's if you're ready to let go of the guilt and step into the grace. Okay? So put in the comments, healing starts here. If you're ready and if you're serious about changing what's going on. Okay? All right, that's all I want to say today. See you next time.